Hey everyone, happy Friday. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's get started. So we got 15 minutes to make a dish, and I'm going to be making a beefless broccoli. So I'm going to be using this material here. It's a dried, textured soy protein. Hey Sharon, how's it going? I've got the YouTube live as well. So it's a dried protein that's textured to look like beef. And what I've done is I've hydrated it, right? So I just tossed it into a bag with water in it and just let it sit overnight, and I rehydrated. I squeeze it out a couple times just to get the flavors that are in there. Great, sounds good. Okay, and now I'm ready to cook with it. So I've got it right here. I'm not going to cut it or anything. But to start off, because sorry about that. I'm gonna have noodles as well. So I've got this vermicelli. I don't know if you can see it that well. Right. So this vermicelli is made out of beans. It's a little bit different from rice vermicelli. Hello. Hey Sharon. Hey everybody. So I'm gonna put 2 of these little pouches. They're like nicely made into little packs. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using both, but I always like to make a little bit of extra noodles. Hey, Lucky. So yeah, so got the noodles going. Grab a fork. It's just easier to take out with a fork and stir. So I've got that going. Right. What am I on for time? 3 minutes. Okay, cool. So as that's heating, I've got my bowl ready. I'm gonna do beef and broccoli and just an onion as well. So I've got my knife here. I'm just gonna chop this up and get going. You know what? I should just turn this on too. I'm gonna turn this pan on high. If anybody wants to join me on YouTube, hey, Krish. I think we've talked about that. My name is actually close to that name. I think I've talked a couple of times about that maybe. If you want to join me on YouTube, I've got different views. I've got views looking into the pan and my cutting board and stuff like that too. And I've got some music in the background. So if you're interested, you can chill out a bit longer on YouTube. I'm just separating out the onions because I hate when they get stuck together. I'm going to try to make this a quick one. How's it going? So, as usual, my chili paste, right? Garlic chili paste. I don't know if you could see that well. This one's a little bit of a different brand, but it's basically ground up chili and garlic. I'm not sure if this one has garlic in it actually. Well, it looks like this one's just chili paste. This is gonna be less garlic. I'm gonna substitute by adding a little bit more garlic powder then. Sometimes we make orders and they give a different product. So I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of this chili sauce in my frying pan, and my noodles are going. And I'm gonna make a very simple sauce. This is a sauce I use for most of my Asian dishes, right? So it's 2 tablespoons of chili sauce, right? 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and 2 tablespoons of Bragg's liquid aminos or liquid soy sauce, whatever you want to call it. I like using this one because it is gluten-free. I'm not sure if everybody knows, but soy sauce has wheat in it. So if you use the Bragg's one, you can make it gluten-free. I'm not exactly sure if this meal is going to be fully gluten-free, but you can have that one less thing. And I get accustomed to just making it that way, so when I do make gluten-free meals, then it's turned the wrong one. Then it's you know, I don't have to worry about the sauce or anything like that. We try to reduce our gluten as much as possible. So we got that going, and I just said I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder to this. So I'll add, let's say, I'll take this spoon. We'll do half a tablespoon. Oh, that's too much. Half a tablespoon. Get that to mix in there. This is perfect actually, because there's one more thing I need to add and I want to talk to you about is if you're marinating mock meats, I tend to use peanut butter. It kind of helps. Hey, you two, I'm not sure which one's on, Claire or, I forget the other one. The broke vegan sisters. I'm not sure which one's on, but hey, you two. If you're trying to marinate mock meats, use peanut butter. Peanut butter helps kind of bring in a little bit of a flavor that kind of, I don't know, to me it helps replicate the taste, right? So of a marinade. Oh, there's not a lot of water in here. Okay, so we've got that going, and I didn't have any peanut butter, so another thing you could do to make a peanut type sauce is just take some peanuts, roasted or raw, whatever you have, right? And put it into a coffee grinder, right? And just grind it up. I saved you the time and not having to listen to the grinding sounds, and I put 2 tablespoons of this in there, right? And it came out like I just continuously ground it, and it came out to be like a paste, which is actually pretty cool. So if I'm ever in the need for peanut butter, I can always just grind it myself. Right? And just put a little bit of water. I'll put water in here. Sorry about that. So just put a little bit of water. Get that going. Okay, and just mix this in there. If you have time, you can also use this very similar recipe. I would just take out the maple syrup, and you can marinate the mock meat in there. Hey, Alex. So, Alex, you got one of these in the giveaway. I'm not sure if you've tried it yet, but I know you came in a little late, but I was just telling them about that dried textured soya, right? So I'm gonna toss this in here now. It's gonna start to absorb all the flavors. I'm gonna turn off the heat for the noodles, because the noodles are done pretty much right now. These rice noodles take like hardly any time to cook. So now I've got the soya in here, and let's see, heat of the stove still making this boil out. I want to keep it in the picture though. So yeah, so if you put the peanut with the other ingredients, it'll help bring out the flavor, and bring in a flavor, of like a meatiness type flavor into this dish. That's great. That tastes pretty good right there. So try that tip. If you run out of peanut butter, or if you just want to reduce extra processed foods in your diet, just grab some peanuts and just make it yourself, right? I don't know why I keep on grabbing this spoon. And this is the lid for this. I'm going to take the noodles out. So this is going to require a little bit of time. 5 minutes is perfect. To cook. You know, the good thing is here, I can do everything in like 15 minutes. You know, as long as it's not like baking or anything like that, like pizza, because Obviously, you know, pizza takes a little bit of time to bake, but these, you know, plant-based foods don't require a lot of time to cook, and a lot of the stuff you can eat, you know, raw if you have to, right? So that's going there. If anybody wants to join me on YouTube, you can look down into the pan and you can see more of what I'm doing. I got some music in the background, so I'm just going to serve out my noodles. Okay, that's it. So hopefully you can see that. Yeah, perfect. So I got the noodles there. A lot of noodles in there. Just gonna continue to mix this up. Just be careful not to be too crazy with how hard you mix, because you could damage your broccoli, and you want to leave it as much intact as you can, right? Now, this is looking good. Tastes pretty good. And getting a call. Sorry, fraud. Let's see. This is looking pretty good here. Okay. Now, let some of that liquid come down. And in the meantime, I am going to add a little bit of liquid. Maybe this is too small. Normally I use a white cup. Here's my famous white cup. My little teacup here. Right? I'll grab a little bit of cornstarch to thicken up the sauce. So, you know, Asian dishes normally have a thick brown sauce, right? So you grab like half a teaspoon of cornstarch. Sorry, a teaspoon or so of cornstarch, and add maybe a quarter cup of water, and just mix it in. Never mix your cornstarch into hot water, it'll clump. Hey Ryan, how's it going, buddy? Hello, Mom and baby Gordon. How's it going? So we've got that going. If anybody wants to jump over to YouTube, you can look to see what I'm doing inside my pan here. So now I've got the slurry. So like I was saying, never mix your cornstarch in hot water because it'll just clump up, right? And that's the whole point of cornstarch, right? So it makes everything clump up. So toss that into my pan. How are we doing on time? 14 minutes? I'm gonna be able to serve this soon. There we go. Look at that. Everything's getting nice. I'm going to turn off the heat. Whoa, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to serve my dish. Get that. Everything fits. Ah, that's hot. There we have it. Under 15 minutes. What do you guys think? Right? Quick, simple meal. A little bit of prep for this one, right? It's good to have like products like this, because in a pinch, if you're like, you know, for instance, if you really like mushrooms or something like that, you can get dehydrated mushrooms as well. I have them. Maybe I'll do them in another dish. But in this kind of product, you can keep for a long time. And when you need it, all you need to do is put it in water overnight, right? And then you get something amazing out of it, right? So just put it in a bag with some water, and that's what the product starts to look like, right? You can see it's got a good texture to it. right? You can get this in, so this one's like a dark brown. I'm just letting it cool down. Sorry I'm doing so much talking, but I already cooked the meal, so I met my timeline. So yeah, this one's got like a dark brown because it's meant to kind of go in dishes to kind of replicate beef, mutton, darker meats, right? And but you can also get them in lighter ones, right? Soy curls are pretty popular right now. A lot of people, when I talk to them, they'll ask, oh, are they like soy curls? Yeah, they're pretty much like soy curls, right? And so everything's still hot here. Let's get to this. Yeah. Well, you don't have to dehydrate it yourself. You can buy them pre-dehydrated, right? Like, the other day, I'm just so interested in getting to states prior to where things were. Like, I eat a lot of tofu and stuff like that. And I got pretty interested thinking about tofu. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should buy the soybeans myself, right? And, try to make tofu, right? And I have those soaking in the fridge as well. And you buy them dry, and it's so cheap when you buy this stuff dry, because no one really wants to do the work, right? But if you've got the time, these are pretty cheap meals, right? So like a bag of this, I think this is, let's see if there's a price on this bag. It's a product by King's Vegetarian. It's a company here. So this is 500 grams, but the thing is, this is dehydrated, right? So I think this was like $5.99 or something Canadian, $6.99 maybe. But I'll be able to get like at least 5 meals out of this, right? Like, this is a huge meal. I could probably serve this for 2 people, but I'm hungry, so I'll eat it, right? And you can easily just make 2 meals right there, right? If you paired this with like potatoes or something like that. So let me get to this and let me show you how I dig in for myself. The sauce. Oh, you know what? I'm not buying peanut butter anymore. I'm gonna do this all the time now. I just did this because I ran out of peanut butter. What a great stumble on, huh? Everybody give it a try. If you have a coffee grinder, I'm sure most of you do. Put some peanuts in it. Do you want to make it into like a peanut butter you can eat? I believe you just have to add like a pinch of salt or something. But peanuts have the fat in it already, right? So you shouldn't have to add like any other fat to it. Woo. The noodles were pretty hot underneath. I don't know if you can see the steam coming up from it. Can you? It's probably hard to see on. There it is. Do you see it? Wow, what a delicious meal. And it only took, it was like a quarter of an onion. I'm gonna say a cup of broccoli. And let's say a cup and a half of the soya, right? Hello. And 2 packets of those noodles. These noodles, the vermicelli noodles, right? And I think I get, what is it, 8. So they're 500 grams each, so there's 100 grams of noodles. Right, and I think I get this for like $3.99. So, yeah, you can definitely, this is like what a student can live off of. But eat well, right? What's everyone up to this weekend? It's Father's Day weekend. Hopefully everybody is going to go at least have a call with their father. I saw a comedian the other day on TikTok. He was talking about how Father's Day is like so unpopular, right? That that it was like ranked 20th of all the. Well, it's not. I guess it's a holiday, but it's not like a day off work or anything like that. And you know, the first one was Christmas. The second one was Mother's Day, right? And Father's Day is 20th, right? It was just funny because he was like, Halloween's number 6, right? I think for Father's Day, like, even for myself, when I was a child, it was more of just kind of like help your dad, right? Me being a dad, I know, like, I'm never taking a holiday, right? So it's more of, you know, if I have to cut that grass today, if I have to cut the grass that day, then you know, someone's gonna help me, right? The joys of having a beard, right? Catches all my food. Get a second chance. Does anybody have any questions? Question and answer time. If not, I'm gonna go enjoy this in private because it's so hot. Hello. How's it going? I'm just eating my food now. I just finished making my dish and I'm just eating my food. I did it under 15 minutes with the intro and everything. Ask away any question you guys want. I'm gonna leave it open for 5 minutes. Whoa. Hey Opal, are you still there? Ooh, got the heat. Sweating up a storm here. Hello. It's Brusha, right? Or no, is it Bushra. Sorry, Bushra. I think my neighbor's name is Brusha. Sorry, I got them mixed up. How's it going? I just finished cooking about 10 minutes ago, and now I'm just eating this very hot meal. You can see the sweat coming off my forehead. Trying not to get third-degree burns. Yeah, marinade's good. Normally I just use the same sauce that I'm gonna use for the dish for the marinade, but just trying to do it as quick as possible, and this worked out really well. It absorbed. See baby bunny out there. We leave carrots outside so bunnies come by and we get to watch them. What's the temperature like in Texas right now? Sure. Whoa. Oh. Marmite. Oops, sorry. Well, you know what? I used to eat Marmite. My mom used to put Marmite and butter on bread. I haven't had Marmite in ages. I guess I've never used it. Was it meant to be for marinade? It's 98 degrees, wow. That seems pretty hot. It does add a meaty flavor to the sauces, okay. You've inspired me to get up and cook breakfast because I'm starving right now. Aw. Josh. Go do it, bro. Empower yourself. The saddest thing I've ever seen is when you go to a household and someone doesn't know how to cook or just knows how to make basic stuff. Experiment. Right? Who cares if you get it perfect, right? Now how many times I have to make dishes before I figured out like a formula and how to make them successfully. I first started off with just using like simple spices, like, you know, pre-mixed spices like this, or, you know, roasted peppers or something like that. And then just kind of looking at the ingredients on those to try to figure out what in there, right? You're from, hey, how's it going? From Ohio. Just figure out what goes into it, right? Half the time when I'm trying to make something, I'll figure out what you know they use in it, and then try to kind of replicate the flavor in a whole food way, right? That's my way of thinking. I like to break things down. Actually, when I was a kid, my father hated it, but I was so I was so inquisitive, and you know, people just thought I was naughty because I would always try to break things apart to see how things worked. And sometimes I got in trouble for that, but still doing it today. Want to try to run? Oh no, Figgy. That's okay, Figgy. It's alright, Figgy. Whew. Took me 15 minutes to cook, and I literally had to wait like 10 minutes for it to even cool down to eat. Because I just put the noodles and then the hot dish right on top of it, and it just like baked everything in. But it actually created a nice texture, so. Well, I am almost done. I'm just gonna take my last few bites. I'm gonna have to say goodbye to you guys. So have a great weekend. Whoa, I'm sweating like crazy. So hot it is. Here we go. Nice clean bowl. Clear out your sinuses. Open up your pores. Right? Have a great weekend, guys. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the video if you're joining the replay afterwards. Okay? Bye, everyone, and have a great day.